A Villain in Venice, Jane of the Air, Book 1. A steampunk detective and aviatrix and part-time spy. Available now. All profits to the NHS.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, this time talking about another of the Time Lord Victorious series. Now, admittedly, I am not going to bother with the comics and the other ephemera that surround this ongoing concept. And I know there's a Blu-ray release about it, which has a lot of old stories, classic TV stories, but on Blu-ray. Not quite sure what's going on there. And then there's some comics, and I'm sure there's going to be some interactive thing going on as well. But let's stick with the audios. Now, this has been written by Tracy Ann Baines, not a name I'm familiar with, and it's starring Paul McGann and Nicholas Briggs. Nicholas Briggs plays about 200 different types of Dalek in this. Yeah, I know, and they all rock. Here's the synopsis. The people of Wrax are happy to begin peaceful negotiations with the Dalek Empire. The two species are prepared to engage in an alliance that will last throughout the ages. The only one who seems to object to this happy union is the Doctor. He knows that you can never trust the Daleks. But more than that, he knows what the Wraxians should never have existed. Now, for me, the idea that the Doctor and the Daleks combine forces to fight someone just works. And yeah, I know it's hardly the most new of concepts. Oh, are you the enemy of my enemy? Then you must be my friend, but you're not, are you? Because you are the scorpion who will sting me as I cross the river. And the beauty of this story is that you've got a lot of Daleks, a time squad of Daleks, and they all have very defined characters. You can spot this, and that is a testimony to the performance that Briggs brings. It's actually very, very good. It's very well written, and because it's been written by somebody who hasn't written as much for this Doctor or for this range, they're bringing something that feels different, and I can't put my finger on what, and I really know I should be able to. I'm good at this sort of thing. But there's a sort of ephemeral quality going on that I'm just not able to pin down. Something that makes this story different from the ordinary Big Finish ranges, and yet familiar enough for it to be very much a Doctor Who story. Now, this is a failing on my part, but what this isn't is a failing of the story at all. It's tremendously well crafted, nicely paced, nicely thought out, and of course has enough mystery to keep you going into the rest of the storyline, to try and work out who these big bads are going to be, because if the big bads aren't the Dalek, who are they? And that is intriguing enough. Hopefully it's not going to be the Master, it's going to be somebody new, and that's fine by me. So here's the trailer. As always, decide for yourself, but I am very impressed by Time Lord Victorious so far. McGann is shining, and it's nice to see him on the front in his not quite Bin Man costume, the one from Night of the Doctor. So, until next time, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions.
Greetings, citizens of Wrax. We are the Daleks. We come in peace.
Doctor Who, Time Lord Victorious. The enemy of my enemy.
You will be exterminated! Not until the Doctor has given us what we need.
And what is that?
Your help.
What exactly do Daleks fear? That the changes will spread? That Skara will no longer birth your race? That you will cease to exist?
And what do you observe? Doctor?
Oh, you know pretty much everything. I have a particular interest in new cultures and societies.
The Wraxians are an ancient civilization.
So I gather. But you are new to me, and that's very exciting.
We are one.
I think I know what the Devolver does. You can't do this, you can't!
The Daleks, the Wraxians, and the Time Lords. All their lives are now entwined. And I can end them all in an instant.
Big Finish. We love stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Stitcher, and wherever good podcasts are found. Get early access to content by subscribing to the Tin Dog Podcast YouTube channel. You can support the show at patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on Twitter at tindogpodcast or email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. All of the things discussed are the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.